Hello and welcome back to Business as Unusual. Happy Friday. My name is Megan from Greater London Properties. For those that are tuning in fresh today, just to give you a little bit of background as to what we're doing here, Greater London Properties created a Facebook group called Central London's Lockdown Support Group. This was mainly just to support businesses in central London, as well as organisations and charities that are either open or closed and still trying to generate some revenue for their businesses. We've started doing these live chats. It's been 2 weeks now at 11:30 every day. We are back next week as well, and it's mainly just to meet the people behind the businesses, and just to give them that platform, really, just to expose what they're doing at the moment, and yeah, just to give them that little bit of airtime. We've got Paul today from Vascos and Piero's Pavilion Restaurant, who is also the son of Vasco. Hi, Paul.
Hello, good to see you, Megan.
Thank you so much for joining us here today. I know that your restaurant is very popular because it's been around for such a long time in Soho, and it's based on 15 Poland Street, which is just around the corner from our office. Paul, for the people that don't know, tell us a little bit more about the history of the restaurant and how you got started.
Well, the restaurant started in 1971, so it's around 50 years old, and it was started by my father, Vasco. Just one moment. This is Vasco.
Oh, wow! I wondered what that was then.
Yeah, this is Vasco.
That's
obviously it's a statue of Vasco.
Yeah, I would hope so.
No, Vasco himself doing a mud bath, and that was done by a customer of ours many years ago as a hobby. And he did it. He used to be based in Derby Street, and he made this bust, and then he get presented to us, and we've had it in the restaurant ever since.
Nice.
And because it's all about here longevity, because Soho, the London, and the UK is all about tradition, longevity, and we'll all come back from this, come back from being locked down with our families and cooking at home, and lots of hugging our family in our home. And actually, maybe it's better not to come back. It's quite fun actually being home. Maybe. So yes, we will all come back from this.
It's some very positive words. Thank you.
So it started in 1971, the restaurant, and it started in Oxford Street. There's a big shop, as you all know, called Marks Spencer's. And then next to that, there used to be a cinema called Academy Cinema. And below Academy Cinema, there was the Marquee, where all you rock and rollers used to go in the 60s. How old are you, Megan? No, not you.
30. No, not quite.
And it started off with a lot of people in the fashion business in the 70s, and people like Trigger was around then, and all the rock stars at that stage. There were people like Lord Lloyd Webber in one corner making these wonderful musicals. The Pythons were around those days. The Kinks, and Susie and the Banshees, and they used to all party at this place, which used to be an Italian restaurant above this wonderful art house cinema called the Academy Cinema. And people sometimes would get lost go to the toilet, get lost, and turn up in the restaurant by accident. And this went on for many years. And sometimes the chef would come out and start singing, and everyone would start doing karaoke in the 70s until 2, 3 in the morning. And then at lunchtime, it was full of people from the BBC that would come round, and they would just have their executive lunches there. And then Logical was born in the 70s as well, and they created something called CFAX, and they were involved with CFAX, and all studios were around this area. Then, by the time the 80s occurred, there was Sony Music around, and all types of companies that worked with Sony Music, and they started partying there. Then by 87, the whole building was sold off, the cinema collapsed, and we carried on for another year or two with nothing underneath. And then we eventually moved to 15 Poland Street in '89. And we continue the longevity about fun, simple menus, great food from Umbria, which is in central Italy, near Tuscany. And our chefs come over, they cook for us, they do great things. The mother phones up, says, when you're coming back, your house is built, your fiance is ready to marry you, come back. Well, we don't pass on the phone for a year or two. We say, no, your mummy's not phoning you today. And then eventually we have to send them back to Italy where they open their own restaurants. It's quite fun here. We've changed menu every day.
I love that.
And we just, and in the old days, in the 70s, they used to do it by a hand printer.
Okay.
And then so it was a hand printer that went on every day, and we make our own fresh pasta in the 70s. And I think we had the first all Italian wine list, which was created by one company called Alavini. And we just continue those theories. And then
I think it's fabulous how you've just seen Soho just over time, because obviously it's a real insight into the history of Soho, and it's amazing to hear, to be honest. I just love this because we've been around. I think that the office has been around since 2003, and I know that Rob's been around for a lot longer as well. But just to hear the background of the 60s and the 70s in Soho, I'm loving this.
Oh, it's amazing times. And then in the 80s, it started off with the New Romantics, and they were all around here, and Duran Duran, and Spandau Ballet, and people like that. And it was just fun, and they just go from one place to another. And we're just in people's little black book, so to speak. We don't have a window at the door. We look like an office to a lot of people, and we've always kept that because people start at lunchtime and they leave at 1 in. So, so
give them the privacy they deserve.
Yeah, and so
it's like a lock-in.
Yes, it's more than that, because sometimes you just give them the keys, so they lock in themselves.
That's brilliant. I love the feel of it because it just feels like such a lovely atmosphere. And I love the slogan that you have on your website, which is just very true even by speaking to you now. It's like, we're not here to wow, we're just here to serve good Italian food. And I think just having something like that as your main slogan, I think that it will draw people in because they can just see that you're really authentic. And it is just all about the atmosphere and the people that come in. And I really like that about your restaurant. It has a good feel.
We're about the customers, not about us.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it very special. And people have had all through their lives here. They've come as children, all the way up to being executive company here. We used to have people who come in and we'd give them the phone on the lead. I'll show you a picture of a phone on the lead one day, Megan. So, and then his father used to come there, and now he comes and he obviously has his mobile phones, etc. And so things have changed. We've changed the decor time. Our food's come lighter, obviously. People eat lighter. People share plates now a little. We still have tablecloths, which is old-fashioned. But the reason we have tablecloths also is because it makes it less noisy. Because you know what? Our customers like to chat. They like to talk. I mean, they come to a restaurant and they actually want to talk. So it
doesn't happen very often anymore, does it?
We don't have music. We don't have people who are texting all the time on their phone. They actually talk to their friends and their clients. And so we have tablecloths, and we also have acoustic sound panels, which deafen the noise so that people can chat. As someone once said, if they want to go and listen to music, they go to a concert. If they come to a restaurant, they come to eat. And so we're a bit old-fashioned in that respect, but I think people appreciate that because they can chat. We don't have time slots. We don't have to say, oh, sorry, we have to leave now. We work things out. We keep people happy, and we give them the key at the end of the night. So
that's brilliant. I really like that. It's just such a I can't wait to visit. I know that my director Rob said that he visits quite often, and he always brings clients there, and his favorite dish is the calf's liver.
Yes, again, one of those simple things which we just buy the best, slice it very thinly, and we take every nerve out, because you just get a bitterness of liver because the nerve, and then a very hot pan and just tack, and then served. Simplicity, and that's what we're about. And that's why people like our food, because they can eat it every day. And it's not complicated. And they go to other type places which are fabulous and complicated and wonderful, like we all know them. And that's great, but they will not go to them every day. They come to us every day. Yeah, simplest. All our pastas are simple. We do 2 or 3 types of pasta a day, which we fresh and we make them. And then, just 1 second, because if you're as you said, if your boss is watching, maybe this might help. Just to
is that it there? Just to get your stomach rumbling.
We did some for some friends, and just to, I don't know whether it comes out well, but I as we can't cook at the moment and everything, we just thought we'd do things. Does he like gnocchi, by the way?
Yes, I think
gnocchi. We make gnocchi here.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's making me hungry. Oh yeah, there he is. Look, he's commented. I am indeed. Oh, brilliant. So that's made me hungry now for you.
Have a gin. Have a meal.
Yeah, I'm mine here.
It's gin, Megan. Come on, it's not coffee.
Brilliant. Tell us a little bit more, because obviously just hearing you talk about all of the history now is getting me even more excited about the book, because you've created a history book, because you guys have been around for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. My father, Vascos, is still around, and he's still very much involved in business. He turned 80 this year.
Wow.
And as a surprise, I'd organized the last 2 years a history book, which is the story of, it's not too large, but it's the story of the restaurant within the context of Soho and the change, evolution of Soho and the evolution of food. So it's not a cookbook. It's just a nice little story of his life, and with stories of around Soho and how the food has changed and over the years as well. And the special thing about that is that there are little snippets as well from our customers, and so I can write some. So we have I only have an hour. So some of these customers have commented over the years. So, for example, like this: I only have an hour, but don't tell my guest. I'm coming again tonight, but don't tell my wife. I was here for lunch as well. I'm meeting my ex-wife, so please put me in a corner, as there will be a lot of shouting.
Oh gosh! I love that.
So I like my spinach cooked for 30 seconds only.
It just sounds so brilliant. It sounds like you've got some great regulars.
Yes. Yeah, that's what makes it. And that's why, at the moment, the most important thing also for us is keep in touch with them, which we are every day, and also keep in touch with our team, because they miss us so much, and they miss the customers. So they're phoning us, emailing us to see how we are, and they're phoning our team as well, and they're phoning Julia, my business partner manager, and we just keep in touch with them.
Keeping up
because
morale.
They're locked down as well, and they don't they're locked down with 2-3 people in their family as well, and they are all saying that they miss us, they miss the restaurant, which means it's not just the restaurant, because we're nothing special or anything, we're just part of their lives, which is Soho, and it means they're missing Soho, and they're missing going in the office, they're missing having their lunch or dinner, missing going for a drink, going to theatre, going to cinema, meeting their wives, meeting their husbands, meeting their friends and colleagues, because people around the area, when they go to work, they're not going to work, they're going to their social life as well. And then when they say, oh, it's great to work at home, and more people will do that, people still like to go out, and it's more of an effort once you're based at home. And so people still come in, they still want to be in an office, and they'll still want to entertain and socialize.
Absolutely.
No idea, but
yeah, I think that we have that kind of feel as well within Greater London Properties, that we are all colleagues, but we all really like to socialise with each other as well. So we do see it as, you know, we're going to work every day and seeing people we really like, and then we want to socialise with them afterwards, and then go for lunches and go for dinners, and it's just part of life, isn't it? And it's something that we're all really missing.
You're in that business, in property business, you're not in property business, you're in the people business.
Yeah.
The properties don't sell themselves or get advice and things. One can make a deal online and things, but it's people like you who get things to the end and get things signed. And you need to see people face to face and tell them the positive things about property and stuff. And that's the same with any business. Our business, same thing. We can deliver food, and people can look online and text on a description of a wine, food. But the little secret knowledges and things that I have were from my years of experience and my team have that bring it to life.
Yeah, it's all about being there.
I think so.
Well, tell before I forget, tell people just in regards to the book, where can they buy it? Because is it now?
Yes, at the moment, what we've done, we put it on the website, which is www.vascosfood.com. If you Google Vasco, VASCO, and food, I'm sure people find it. They can't spell it completely. Then we've always had long names here. And then it just online, one can get it. And one can also get vouchers for £100 worth of dining for £75. So that if people, it gives them optimism, it gives them something to look forward to, so that they think, I have to go out and use this voucher now. So they'll come back. And we've had a great response for our clients and our customers, and because we have a lot of regulars. And but this is nice what you're doing, because you're showing people places like ourselves, which they may not know, or they may think it's wasn't for them, but they may think, well, now maybe I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I really hope that it does. I really hope that it does encourage people to buy the book as well, because I know that we definitely will. We always like to know what's going on, and I know that we always like to know the history as well. It just broadens our knowledge, because obviously if someone that comes new to the area as well, to be able to give them the history, and then we can say, oh, you know, we found out this history from Vasco's restaurant, which is really great as well. So it's just that constant flow, isn't it? Of people that are working in the area. If you know the area as well as other people, then it just brings the area to life. And I think that then it can never be lost, which is great.
That's what's so. I mean, it's amazing. We get invited sometimes to events and parties, and you never thought they existed. I mean, did you know there's a society of useless information? And they meet up every so often to talk about useless information.
Brilliant.
I mean, it's just all quirky societies that occur. I mean, we have here the Shelley Association that come to us, because this building was what Shelley, the poet, used to live here once. And so they come every few years and have a meeting downstairs and discuss the poetry. And then every so often I get a letter from them, because they want to change the restaurant name to Shelley. So there's all types of unusual graffiti around Soho. There's all type of bars and clubs and meets, which unless you're in that type of scene, whatever that definition of that scene is, you wouldn't hear about them. So these type of web editors and these, it's great to let people know of these other things that are going on in the area.
Yeah, because sometimes when you first arrive in London, it can be a little bit of a lonely place because you don't know about these things. So I know that because I moved from Bristol originally. So when I moved over and kind of arrived in London, I was like, oh, I'm really excited. It's going to be really busy and there's lots of things to do. And then you're kind of like, so what is there to do? And you have to know people to know it. So even just with this, you know, with the history book and finding out a little bit more and talking to people, and, you know, when you find your first property, if the estate agent knows what's going on, then you set up really. So it's just so great. I've really enjoyed speaking to you today. You've really cheered up my Friday.
Good. Well, I just feel that there's a lot of sadness around at the moment, and there's a lot of worry, and I just hope that can cheer, people up a little as well, because there is a future, and this is just it may change. There may be further problems, things, but I think people get out over this, and people will.
That's right.
It's great. So, can I just say hello to all my team? They're not 250 of them. So, can I just say hello to Gilla, my Andres, Manuel, Azizi, Raphael, Alessio, Eleonora, Leonardo, Eusebio. They're all great people. We love them all. I once said hello to my children because I loved them so to bits. So I said hello to James and Isabella, my wife Mimi, and my parents Vasco and Sheila. We love you all, and we love all our customers and all of Soho. And I use two hands. You're French.
No, I got a French colleague. So she's rubbing off on me.
And we love Soho. We love all the people, all our customers. And please come back. We miss all your hugs and kisses. Take care. Bye.
Just really quickly, I want you to, because Vasco's cooking, isn't he?
Yes, well, Vasco is at home, and with my mother, and every time he gets bored, he's cooking for all the neighbors. So yesterday they had one for Gustata, the other day they had some gnocchi. He makes the sauces to them, and they obviously socially distanced on. He made fabulous lemon cake, chocolate pudding, and we're all ready to go and show all these dishes. Unfortunately, we can't post them through the web, but at least we all haven't come back, and it's just keep him busy and having fun, and it's all great things.
I love that he's still carrying on. He's just there's no stopping him. I wish I was his neighbour now. It's real. I'm going to move.
He's fitter than all of us. He's 8 years of age, and he still cooks and is involved in ideas and wants to change things. Very, very special. And he's created so many chefs that have opened their own restaurants in London, in Italy now, and they go back, and it's fabulous when we go back and we see them all.
Oh, that's so amazing! I literally cannot wait to meet you in person, because we're going to definitely do a client lunch there, and I'll buy.
Wear one of these, please.
Yeah, I will. I promise. I won't bring anything again. I promise.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate to everybody listening, so they can buy your book on your restaurant. So it's vascosfood.com.
Right.
£20 for the book goes towards supporting the restaurant, because obviously they are closed at the moment. They're not getting any cash flow. So this is really, really helping them to stay open and return, because we all want them to return so much. And you will be, yes. And then also you can buy vouchers, so that when they are open, then we can visit. And the vouchers are really generously discounted as well. So you can get £100 worth for £75, which is great. Thank you so much, Paul. I really have enjoyed speaking to you today. You've brought my Friday ready for the weekend, and I hope you have a lovely weekend.
Great. Take care.
Thank you.